super creepy. It's still kind of creepy, but it's like you're going out of your way to try and impress someone who doesn't care about you, and you're doing it against their will and just following them around. And
Yeah, I
then
mean,
you lose sight of yourself and your own life. You're like kind of putting your own life aside just to follow them around.
I mean, the a while back I was dating this guy. Well, dating this guy. I went on a couple of dates with this guy and it didn't lead anywhere. But I found out that he went on a deep dive on my Facebook, and there was a time where I posted a bunch on Facebook. And I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't really mind that he saw the pictures that he saw because I did post them online. But there was something kind of throwing me about the fact that he went on my Facebook and looked at everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a thin line where, because on the one hand, I want to say, like, good, a person should look someone up before they go out with them, especially if you don't know who they are, especially if you've never met before. You should at least do the basic of research and, like
Is this a real
the
person?
The Tinder swindler style to look up Lev Leviev and see that he has no son called Simon Leviev kind of thing. But I think there's a difference between that and then starting to really dig into every single picture they've ever posted, like like
Yeah,
you style,
yeah,
where
that there's
you're just like following them around, or not, maybe not like physically following them around, but knowing where they're going, what they're doing, who they're with, who the best friends are. Like you also have to leave things to get to know each other as well, like in real life or not.
yeah, I mean, was what I enjoy these the Bridgerton shows and the
Yeah,
Crown shows and things like that, and like these
same.
historical shows.
Yeah.
But then they come to a point where some people lie about being the prince, and some people lie, and it's just
Hmm.
And at that time, you didn't have Facebook to look up the picture of the prince.
Yeah.
And it's just I didn't, not nothing philosophical, but it's just, yeah, some people do lie about their identity. And I didn't really date this guy, but like saw this guy a couple of times. Um, and this was at a stage where I wasn't looking for a relationship and things like that. I was just making sure people were real people. But he was
Yeah.
saying that he was the son of someone and was like in this really nice house, and like he came from money and like reputation and things, but he didn't want to have an online presence because he didn't see the point of social media. Like he had the right talk about social media of just like, I haven't posted on social media in so long, and the whole thing about, it's invasive and things like that. And he had this whole story about who he was and who his father was. And I just started looking online,
Hmm.
and I couldn't really find anything to contradict what he was saying, but it was in such a weird way that I was just like, there's nothing contradicting it, but there's nothing really confirming it either, which was really weird and off-putting. And it just didn't work out. It didn't fit. And I was telling JT about it recently, and I ended up looking him up just to show him. Turns out that since then, articles did show up about who he was and who his father was, so it seems to have been the truth. But it was
Interesting.
weird. This weird thing where, you want to, yeah, check that the person is legit, but also not go too far. And, you know, what, what do you want to give credit to and not give credit to? Anyway, very
Yeah.
strange world we live in.
We do. You can become so paranoid about like the smallest things, and yeah, you just have to learn how to trust yourself and your instincts. And
Yeah.
when you do that, then it's sort of you get the vibes and you just realize when someone is trying to shit around with you or lie to you
Yeah.
or exaggerate certain things just to impress you.
Mm. Crushes.
Oh, crushes. I even have more embarrassing crushes. I have a handful of them. They make you do, well, I don't know. In a way, I'm sort of glad to have that out of my system. And I think it's something that a lot of times we need to cope with, like, I don't want to say harsh reality, but like maybe you're going through a rough time and there's a crush that's, or maybe just like, you're working somewhere you don't like and it's hard for you to get out of bed every day to go there, but you have like this cute, embarrassing crush over there on someone. So it helps you get out of bed and it helps you, makes you want to show up for work. And it's sort of, or maybe you're just down for a while. So it helps you feel better about yourself. And I don't know, it's just like,
Yeah, I agree. And I think, embarrassing for who type of,
yeah,
it's how
yeah,
embarrassing is it really? And
it's
and
embarrassing if you decide it's embarrassing.
yeah. And if you, yeah, exactly. I think we've had this type of conversation before where,
Yeah.
it's just, it's not that big. And I think you and I are the type of, well, not I think, I know you and I are the type of people that just kind of take things with a grain of salt and don't let it
Yeah.
invade us. And for me, it's because, I wasn't always like that and I've learned to change it. And
Hmm.
I think it's the same for you.
Same here. Yeah,
And
I've
it's
worked on
just,
it a lot.
you know, but for the embarrassing thing, I think I've never been one to be embarrassed easily. Um,
Oh, I was very much
yeah,
so.
I've never been one to be embarrassed too easily. I've always, with a boy crazy and things like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that big type of thing. And my so to kind of finish off today, I think I've talked about this before, but my brother was in a long-term relationship with someone like from his when he was like 16 or 17 to his early
Hmm.
20s. So, an important time of his life. And it
Yeah.
ended up he and his relationship ended, and it it didn't really overlap with his next and current relationship, but he did kind of leave his ex-girlfriend for the new girlfriend. It
Yeah.
was a bit gray type of thing. So not amazing. And a couple of years down the line, he was telling me how he didn't appreciate how people in the badminton world were talking about him, and that he's been away for 2 years in Australia with the new girlfriend, and now he's back and he feels like people are watching him. And I was like, you honestly, if people are talking about your life 2 years after the fact, like, I'm sorry, but you are no one. Like, you're not, you are
Yeah.
just this
Yeah.
nobody.
I think we've spoken about this
And
before.
it's like, you need to just let go of it. And
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah, you're right. I was like,
They need to get a life.
yeah, if you need to not care about what people think about you. But if they are
Yeah.
talking about what happened with these like nobody people 2 years after the fact, when both of you are in happy relationships since then, like, I wouldn't care what that type of
Get
person
over it.
thinks of me.
No.
Like, I would care, I would care what you think about me. I would care what JT thinks about me, what my brothers think about me. Like, there are some people that I will care what, give some importance to what some people think about me. But what these people think about me, I just,
Of
your lives
course
are
not.
so boring.
And I'm sure that if either one of those people that you've mentioned that you care about what they think about you, if they started to make you feel bad intentionally or tried to make you feel embarrassed for certain things, then you would no longer care about what they think.
Yeah, it would come to that idiot compassion thing where, like, the friend I was talking about, was it this episode or the previous episode? The previous episode. Um,
Yeah.
if she ends up saying things, oh, JT needs to get his act together and things like that, I would not give a shit. I think if you type, would say things like careful, you know, with this type of thing, there's a
Yeah.
way of saying it, because it's a horrible, but I value your opinion because I know that there's
Yeah.
a way of thinking about it, and it's, you're not going to just, for her, I think she would just provoke drama for provoking drama, whereas this, I
Yeah.
think it's not idiot compassion. Same with,
Yeah.
what I was telling you about his ex this week, about how the whole thing about the dummy and things. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, so you want to. There's a way of presenting your opinion that will make it valuable.
Yeah. And I think if someone deliberately or just tries to make you feel bad or says things just to make you to put you down, then that's not the kind of person you want to
Yeah,
listen to. And so And
and
really,
provoke drama.
I mean, people will might try to make us feel embarrassed for certain things that we do or say,
Mm,
but we have the choice of whether or not to let it get to us, or if we just let it roll off our backs and like just understand that these people are bored in their own life and have nothing better to do with their time.
yeah, I agree.
Anyway, let us know
Anyway,
about your embarrassing crushes.
yeah. Who's a celebrity that tickles your fancy?
Yeah. We should put a poll if Chris Ramsey is considered an embarrassing crush or not.
Yeah, 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 and yeah, we
Yeah.
should. I don't know if our audience knows who he is though,
No, no.
because he's a very British. He's very,
Yeah.
very international. He's very known in Britain,
Yeah.
and but yeah, let's try and tag him in this and see how he reacts. Well, not tag him because he's not too much on social media. Tag his wife, see what she
Yeah.
says.
Should. Check it out.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye bye.